Yeah, I know. This topic has been talked about many times before, but this is something I'm very passionate about. So if you've already heard some of the things mentioned in this video, then I'm not sorry. Just enjoy the damn video. If you're really active in the hip-hop YouTube community, then you're most likely already aware of what posthumous music is. If not, posthumous music is basically music, whether that be singles or albums, released from an artist who is no longer here. For example, Better Days by Tupac is an example of a posthumous album. Actually, most of Tupac's discography on Spotify is posthumous. And these after-death albums are a very controversial topic in the music community. Like, don't get me wrong, posthumous music can be good sometime. If the album was already made by the artist and they just so happen to pass away right before releasing, then that should be good, right? Well, cue in rap labels' obsession with releasing a bunch of posthumous music. Generally, posthumous music should be handled with care. I mean, these are unfinished verses, hooks, or even full-on songs that may have not even been intended to release, being put into the hands of people other than the creator, because, you know, them niggas dead. Not understanding the creator's initial vision for their work as the dude who was put in charge of these posthumous albums can be detrimental, not only for how well the artist is perceived in the general audience, but the core fan base too, which to me is way more important. This can ruin an artist's legacy very easily. I mean, look at Chance the Rapper. That nigga had one bad album and everyone started hating him, and that nigga was very much alive making that album.
Josh, where's the bass?
R. Kelly, I may just piss on her.
Okay, so Juice WRLD, right? Depressed middle schoolers aside, he really isn't cringe. In fact, he's one of my most streamed artists. Unfortunately, he passed away on December 8th, 2019, which means that 2 out of his 4 officially released albums are posthumous. Legends Never Die, the first album released after his death. This album went on to sell 500,000 sales in the first week, with almost every full-length song at 100 million streams. To say this album was a success would be an understatement. If this was his last album, I would be very content with it. But then this piece of shit released. Fighting Demons? More like fighting my urge to take a fat 1 hour and 3-minute nap. Oh my god. Who at the label decided, hey, you know what the fan base needs? More fucking sad songs. No hype songs like Barbarian or KTM Drip. Nah, we need fucking Feline, where Juice's vocals sound like it was recorded on an Xbox mic and separated through a fucking stem player.
Notice how it sounds a bit muffled?
And if you like this album, no, you fucking don't. Listen to the other albums and then come back to this one, and trust me, you will waste your 1 hour and 14 minutes. Wait, huh? The times changed! Oh yeah, that's right. They released this album 3 different times! They had the original Fighting Demons, which isn't even on Spotify anymore, then the extended version, which added an extra verse to the song Go Hard, and then added the single they had recently released right after the album. Then they released the deluxe, as if they didn't just do that already?
Are you fucking dumb?
It added Sometimes, which is a really good song, and Rich and Blind and Legends from an EP 4 years ago. These were already released. Why are you adding them to the album almost 4 years later? Oh wait, no. I know why. You want to get this album to platinum, don't you?
This is a big misunderstanding.
If you don't know what platinum means, the company RIAA certifies different songs depending on how many sales an album may get. They initially used to calculate only buys of physical copies like CDs and vinyls, but then streaming came around, which made them create a conversion rate. But they're the company that basically gives songs gold, silver, platinum, and diamond certification. I mean, look at those numbers. 200 million and 500 million easy streams. God damn.
Shout out my nigga,
Look at this track list. 25 songs, my nigga? Y'all really just took random ass scraps from the studio, hired some bum to mix this shit, plop a random feature on these songs, and called it a day. And I don't even mean to diss the people themselves. I mean, half the features were people X worked with in the past, and it was cool seeing them back for his final album. Even people I never heard of, like Tom G, killed it on Kill My Vibe, which is probably a controversial opinion in the X community, but come get me, I guess. I'd be lying if I said there weren't some bangers on here, like X Bitch, Bad Vibes Forever, It's All Fading to Black, honorable mention the School Globes. School Globes was a song with Lil Nas X, which was supposed to be on the album, but the fans bitched about it and it got taken off right before release. But then you got songs like Ugly, which sounds like a demonic ritual.
And if the world ever has an apocalypse, I will kill all of you fuckers.
Or the song with Lil Wayne with the title that'll get me demonetized that has Lil Wayne dancing on the car with some lean while school is under lockdown in the background. Or the song called Ecstasy, where they took one of his songs from 2014 and told Noah Cyrus to sing random shit. Or this pile of garbage, which just so happens to be X's mom's favorite song, which is who most of the fan base believes ruined his legacy. I mean, when you look at all of his other music videos compared to whatever this music video is, you can see the difference between X's vision and her vision. Or The Only Time I Feel Alive, which frankly for me is not listening to this album. Or the interlude that never ends, which actually does end. This song's title is just sad. I'm not even gonna say anything about this song. I'm just gonna let you listen. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the definition of what I like to call a Frankenstein album. Honestly, I was thinking of a bunch of ways I could end this video on a high note, but the more I try to look into the good of these after death albums, the more I just kind of feel disappointed. Like, yeah, X's label is starting to re-release some of his old songs that never got released onto Spotify, which is a great step in the right direction. But then I start to remember that X hologram they made right after his death, and I start to wonder who the fuck made that idea, or the NFT collection, or when they went live on his Instagram right after they memorialized his account just to promote a video that looks like it was ripped straight out of the early 2010s. Yeah, I think you get the point. It's no wonder musicians like Frank Ocean carry all of his songs on a flash drive, so whenever he dies, so does his unreleased song. This nigga got the right idea. This is probably the one time being a YouTuber beats out being a mainstream musician, cause at least my scrap videos are either deleted or kept tightly in an array of my unorganized files.